Joshua Tree National Park is a unique and stunning desert park in southeastern California, where two distinct desert ecosystems, the Mojave and the Colorado, come together. It's famous for its otherworldly rock formations, vast desert landscapes, and its namesake, the twisted and spiky Joshua trees. Joshua Tree National Park protects part of the California desert in Riverside and San Bernardino counties, about 130 miles east of Los Angeles. The park's name comes from the Joshua tree, Yucca brevifolia, a spiky desert plant that dots the Mojave Desert landscape here. Park quick facts: Joshua Tree covers about 795,156 acres, roughly the size of Rhode Island. Elevations range from 536 feet in the southeastern lowlands up to 5,814 feet at Quail Mountain. It was first protected as a national monument in 1936 and redesignated a national park in 1994. Annual visitation is on the order of 3.1 million people in 2022. The park is also an international dark sky park, famed for its starry night skies. Joshua Tree NP straddles two distinct deserts. In the higher, northern and western Mojave Desert, iconic Joshua trees and pine-on-juniper woodlands thrive at cooler elevations. In the lower, southern and eastern Colorado Desert, the vegetation shifts to creosote bush, desert lavender, ocotillo, palo verde and ironwood trees, and dense cholla cactus groves. The Little San Bernardino Mountains' southwest corner rise above 4,000 feet, adding a third zone of pinyon, juniper, and oak woodland at the highest elevations. In short, two distinct desert ecosystems come together in Joshua Tree National Park, sculpted by wind, sun, and rare desert rains. Flora and fauna. Joshua Tree is botanically rich, with nearly 800 species of vascular plants recorded. Iconic plants include the Joshua Tree itself, the park's namesake and a Mojave Desert indicator, vast stands of creosote bush and its wildflower allies, spiky yuccas, and about 15 species of cactus, e.g. cholla, beryl, and prickly pear. After winter rains, the desert floor often blooms with annual wildflowers like poppies, lupines, desert gold, etc. In March to April, Cottonwood Springs, Lost Palms, and other desert oases harbor the only native California fan palms in the park. Wildlife is abundant and well adapted to desert life. About 350 vertebrate species live here. Common mammals include kangaroo rats, antelope, ground squirrels, jackrabbits, and coyotes. Rarer residents are gray fox, bobcats, and desert bighorn sheep. Over 250 species of birds occur, from roadrunners, quail, and sparrows to migratory hawks and owls. Desert reptiles, 46 species, include lizards, 7 types of rattlesnakes, and the threatened desert tortoise. Even a couple of amphibians, tree frogs and toads, appear seasonally after rains. In some, Joshua Tree's Mojave and Colorado deserts support a surprisingly rich flora and fauna despite the harsh climate. Geology and rock formations. Beneath its broad skies, Joshua Tree's geologic underpinnings, a huge mass of Precambrian granite, have been worn into surreal rock features. Wind, freezing, and floods have sculpted the huge granite outcrops into rounded boulders, spires, balancing rocks, and domes. Famous formations include Skull Rock, a naturally carved boulder that resembles a skull, and Arch Rock, a freestanding natural granite arch. The Wonderland of Rocks is an extensive field of giant boulders and fins that attracts climbers and photographers. Throughout the park, formations have local names like Old Woman, Arch Rock, Hidden Valley, Jumbo Rocks, Cap Rock, often highlighted by short hikes. For example, a 1.4-mile trail leads past Arch Rock, and a 1.7-mile loop brings visitors to Skull Rock. Trails like Hidden Valley, 1.0 miles, wind through a rock-enclosed valley, once rumored as a bandit hideout. These granite landscapes define much of the park's scenic beauty and climbing terrain. Hiking trails, Joshua Tree offers over 300 miles of trails, from easy nature walks to strenuous wilderness treks. Popular hikes include Hidden Valley Nature Loop, 1.0-mile loop through a rock-walled meadow, often featured in guidebooks. Barker Dam Trail, 1.3-mile loop leading to a historic cattle ranch water tank. Scenic and often a good chance to see bighorn sheep. Skull Rock Trail, 1.7-mile loop passing the famous Skull Rock and Joshua Tree forests. Ryan Mountain, 3.0-mile out and back, climbing 1,050 feet to a summit with panoramic 360-degree views. Lost Horse Mine Trail, 4.0-mile round trip to the ruins of a gold mining operation, one of the park's best preserved old mills. Recreational activities. Rock climbing and bouldering. Joshua Tree is a world-class rock climbing destination with thousands of routes on its granite monoliths. Bouldering, short climbs on large rocks, is especially popular in the Wonderland and Hidden Valley areas. Camping. There are 9 developed campgrounds with 500 sites. Most sites, at Black Rock, Cottonwood, Jumbo Rocks, etc., require reservations, especially October to May, and many fill up on weekends. A few, Hidden Valley, White Tank, Bell, are first come. Backpacking. Permits allow overnight camping in designated wilderness. Popular multi-day treks use trails like the California Riding and Hiking Trail. Stargazing. As a dark sky park, Joshua Tree offers spectacular night skies, Milky Way visible in summer. Popular stargazing spots include keys like Quail Springs, Hidden Valley, and remote park roads. Wildlife viewing and birding. Over 250 bird species visit. Common sights include roadrunners, quail, hawks, and owls. Desert wildlife, bighorn, foxes, lizards, can be spotted, especially at dawn dusk. 4x4 and biking. Many backcountry dirt roads, e.g. Geology Tour Road, Boy Scout Trail, are open to high-clearance vehicles and mountain bikes. Check road conditions. Some are impassable in wet weather. Horseback riding, allowed on certain trails and in campgrounds like Black Rock Equestrian. Equestrian campsites exist. Cultural and historical significance. Human history here dates back millennia. Archaeologists have found artifacts of the Pinto culture around 8,000–4,000 BCE in the park's valleys. Later generations of native peoples, Serrano, Cahuilla, Chemehuevi, and others, lived seasonally in springs and oases like Oasis of Mara, using plants for food, medicine, and tools. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, Euro-American settlers grazed cattle and mined gold in the park area. Ranchers built water tanks like Barker Dam, 1900. Prospectors developed some 300 mines. The Lost Horse Mine was the most successful, yielding roughly 10,000 ounces of gold and 16,000 ounces of silver, worth about $5 million today, between 1894 to 1931. The remains of these endeavors, dams, cabins, mine tailings, are now historic sites. In 1936, activist Minerva Hoyt secured federal protection for the area as Joshua Tree National Monument. The National Park Service took over management then, preserving desert plants and cultural sites. In 1994, Congress redesignated it a national park. Today, visitors can still see historic features like the Wall Street Mill, Desert Queen Ranch, and Barker Dam, along with prehistoric rock art and shelter sites, all interpreted by the park. Seasonal highlights. Winter, December to February. Daytime temperatures are mild, 50–70 degrees Fahrenheit. Nights often drop near freezing. Rain is infrequent. This is a great time for hiking, camping, and stargazing without heat stress. Some spring blooming plants may start to sprout if winter rains arrive. Spring, March to May, often the best season. Winter rains can trigger a spectacular wildflower bloom, poppies, lupine, primrose, etc., starting in March. Weather is warm, but not yet extreme, 60–85 degrees Fahrenheit. Trails and campgrounds are busiest in spring. Summer, June to August, very hot. Daytime highs commonly exceed 100–110 degrees Fahrenheit. The sun is intense and afternoon thunderstorms, monsoon, can bring dust, lightning, and flash flooding. Hikes should be done before 9 a.m. or after 5 p.m. Many visitors avoid the heat, so summer has fewer crowds. Evening storms can produce dramatic desert thunderstorms. Fall, September to November. Early fall remains hot, but by October temperatures moderate. Days are warm and nights cool down. It's still dry, and occasional monsoon remnants may linger through early fall. With fewer visitors than spring, fall is also a popular time to camp and climb. Flash floods. During monsoon season, July to October, watch weather forecasts. Desert washes can flood suddenly. If heavy rain is forecast, avoid canyon hikes and heed any park warnings. Camping and traffic. Reserve campsites in advance for spring-fall. Campgrounds fill up fast. Arrive early on weekends. Drive only on open designated roads. Many dirt roads require high clearance 4x4. Leave no trace. Stay on trails, do not remove plants or rocks, and pack out all trash. Climbing on fragile arches or off-trail areas is prohibited. Pets are not allowed on trails, only in campgrounds and paved Oasis of Mara Trail. Facilities. Water is only available at entrance stations or certain campgrounds. The backcountry and most areas have none. Fill your tank before entering. Gas stations and supplies are a long drive outside the park. Visitor tips. Stay hydrated and sun-safe. Carry at least 4 liters of water per person per day. Wear a wide-brimmed hat, sunscreen, and loose light-colored clothing. Shade is scarce. Rest often and eat salty snacks. Timing. In summer and early fall, hike early or late to avoid peak heat.